Hi, everybody. I'm Mikey Weinstein, president and founder of the Military Religious Freedom Foundation. Well, we're hearing from everybody today that this joker named David Barton, who has a national radio show, apparently referred to me today as being the Secretary of the Air Force. Now, for those of you who don't know, David Barton is generally considered to be the nation's top national historical revisionist, which means he's basically a liar for those that try to make everyone believe that our country was founded by fundamentalist Christians to be a fundamentalist Christian theocratic republic, much like Islamic republics in the Middle East, that this was meant to be a fundamentalist Christian republic. So basically, David Barton is what we call a liar for Jesus. So today he referred to me apparently on his radio show as the Secretary of the Air Force.
One of the guys who fights this is a guy named Mikey Weinstein. For 10 years he was in the Air Force, as I recall. I think he was a JAG attorney in the Air Force. And since he's got out, he's been filing suits like crazy against the Air Force. And I have finally decided that Mikey Weinstein, who heads the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, which is an oxymoronic name, religious freedom, what he wants is absolutely no religion at all, period. And so he files suit every time he sees something. He's the guy who went after the just war theory, when they were doing that. And he's after the military because when they send guys into hotels, they make sure that there are Bibles at the hotels in case anybody wants a Bible or a religious book. They can have access to. It's nuts. I've decided that Mikey Weinstein is now the new Secretary of the Air Force because every stinking case he files against the Air Force says, "Oh my gosh, we didn't realize we were doing that. We'll stop that. We'll take the word God off the military patch we have. It's DEI. Nobody recognizes it's Latin for God, but we'll take that down. And my goodness, we won't let we won't even let soldiers be notified that chaplains are available for them." I mean, the Air Force has rolled over in the last couple of years maybe 8 times on stuff he just filed suit against.
Well, to David Barton, I'd like to say, thank you, David. That's a wonderful homage. Of course, it's also patently ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's also a lie, as is all of your statements about this nation being founded as a Christian country by fundamentalist Christian supremacists. So the fact that I would be the Secretary of the Air Force is, of course, as much a lie as all of your history is, your revisionist history, because I am not the Secretary of the Air Force. Ironically, even today, the U.S. Air Force Academy turned over 1,000 documents upon pain of being dragged into federal court by our large law firms because I'm not the Secretary of the Air Force. If I was, I could have just said, give me the documents. In any event, this is also an auspicious day because I have something to thank you. By the way, I need your address, David. I want to send you, Mr. Barton, a fruit basket, because if it wasn't for you, our foundation wouldn't have one of our greatest assets, our fantastic senior research director, and I know one of your closest friends, Ms. Chris Rada, who is the one who speaks the truth about all of your nest of pernicious lies about America's fundamentalist Christian origins. It was 5 years ago today that because of Chris's reporting on your hideous, wretched lies about American history being infused with fundamentalist Christian doctrine and purpose, that we met Chris. So if it wasn't for you, David, we never would have had Chris Rada as our senior research director of the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, and we would not be able to fight fundamentalist Christian monsters like you that wear the uniform of the United States Marine Corps, Air Force, Navy, and Army. So I probably should send you 2 fruit baskets. One for calling me the Secretary of the Air Force. Thank you so much. I'm not quite there yet. And secondly, because of you, we have Chris Rada. Hey, David, keep on trucking, brother.